The film begins with a scene featuring two snakes, one white and one green. The two snakes are related, sisters, and gave the impression of being quite young, despite having existed for over 1,000 years. Suzhen was the Chinese name for the white snake. Both snakes had the ability to transform into humans. One day, while climbing a mountain, both snakes come across a boy named Xian. He was savoring the mountain's flowers. They are both surprised to learn that humans consume flowers. In reality, Xian and his companions went there to look for medicinal plants. At the time, he was traveling through the mountains. When she first appeared, he was terrified by the green snake in her original form. He falls down the mountain and into the river below as a result of his fear. The white snake feels sorry for Xian and his predicament after seeing it. She is sympathetic to his predicament. She transforms into a person and enters the river. She takes a breath into his mouth. He is saved by her. She leaves after assisting him. When Xian awakens, he finds all of his friends gathered around him. He inquires about the young lady who saved his life. According to his friends, "We didn't find any girls here. It was all a figment of your imagination." A festival was to be held in the village on the same day. The master of the temple and his friends accompanied him to the festival as well. They were skeptical that monsters would kill humans at this festival. Xian was on his way there with those herbs. As a result, he takes them all with him. On the other hand, the white snake Suzhen was missing the moment when she aided Xian. By giving him her own breath, she saved his life. She couldn't stop thinking about Xian. In fact, she began to fall in love with him. She expresses her desire to meet that boy to her sister, the green snake. As a result, they both attend the same village festival. The same night, Master and his companions arrived, fully prepared. They were aware that monsters could attack humans at any time. In the festival, the green snake meets the Master's companion. Because the green snake was fond of him, she wished to make friends with him. He says he can't talk to you right now because he's here to catch monsters. He had no idea that the girl who had asked him to be her friend was also a monster. The green snake then notices Xian. She approaches him. She informs him that her sister adores him and wishes to meet him. "I don't know about your sister," according to Xian. He will not meet her sister. The green snake is thrown into the river. She pushes his boat to get him to her sister. Suzhen confesses her love for him as he approaches. "But I love someone else," says Xian. He claims that he has no idea who I am. "She rescued me by inhaling her own breath." Suzhen realizes he's talking about me when he hears it. He feels the same way I do about him. She leads him back into the river to reassure him that she is the girl he is in love with. She's the one who rescued him. Now Xian was also aware that she was that girl. Monster companions discover some monsters. He fights those monsters bravely. Meanwhile, Master's companion is injured by a monster. As a result, he seeks assistance from his master. The master then arrives to compete with them. He sends them to hell and burns them alive. Suzhen returns to Xian's house the following day. Xian is overjoyed to see her in his home. They begin living together and eventually marry each other. The monster had bitten one of Master's companions on the day of the festival. As a result, Master's companion was transforming into the monster. He becomes agitated as a result of it. He was fed up with his life. If he turns into a monster, he will endanger humans. As a result, he was planning to commit suicide in a remote location. The green snake appears just as he was about to do it. She inquires as to why he is performing such an act. She prevents him from doing so. To which he responds, "I'll turn into a monster. I cannot become a threat to humans." As a result, I intend to commit suicide. When he hears it, the green snake informs him of her reality. She demonstrates her snake tongue. She tells you not to worry if you turn into a monster because she, too, is a monster. Following that, we see Master leaving for the village. There, he discovers many victims of the monster. They were in trouble and had to deal with it. As a result, Xian used to prepare herbs to save their lives. Sujin, on the other hand, was well aware that the monsters were attacking them. They are extremely powerful and lethal. Herbs alone cannot cure them. Sujin thus presses into those medicinal plants in order to save his husband and the lives of those people. Sujin had a rat friend. "What are you doing, Sujin? Don't you realize that exhaling is a threat to you? It will debilitate you." However, Sujin was eager to assist his husband and others. When Xian forces the villagers to drink the herb fluid, they begin to heal. It astounds Master because he believed it was impossible to cure these people. But seeing them heal leaves him astounded and perplexed. He asks Xian if anyone assisted him in the preparation of these herbs. "Yes, my wife assisted me," he responds. Master admits that his wife was a monster rather than a normal human. As a result, he gives Xian a holy knife for his protection. Then Master departs for Sujin. He inquires as to why she is acting in this manner. "Despite being a monster, you married a human. Why do you live among them like humans? I'm not going to say anything to you because you're a good monster. You should probably leave Xian. Otherwise, the ending would be disastrous. I'm going to kill you." The Master walks away after saying it. When Xian returns home at night, he brings a medicated wine. It is effective against snake venom. Sujin, on the other hand, was a snake. Xian forces her to drink the wine as well. She begins to feel strange after drinking it, and her condition worsens. She shuts herself away in a room. Xian inquires as to why she is behaving in this manner. "Or if you're upset with me?" Sujin loses control and transforms into a snake. The Master also arrives to apprehend her. They are facing each other. Xian stabs her with the holy knife given to him by the Master. He had no idea this white snake was his wife. Sujin visits her sister, the green snake, after being stabbed. She was unable to transform into human form again after being stabbed by a holy knife. She'll always be a snake. Xian inquires about the Master's wife. "According to Master, this white snake was your wife. You married a snake that is 1,000 years old." He is taken aback after admitting the truth. Sujin's rat informs Xian of a plant that can save Sujin's life. However, obtaining that herb is risky and dangerous, because monsters have taken up residence there. Regardless, Xian goes there to look for the herb. Monsters, on the other hand, loom over Xian. All of the Master's companions try to save Xian. Rat goes and gives Sujin the herb that saves her life. She could now revert to human form. She attacks the Master and his companions as she recovers. She realized they were trying to separate her from Xian. She transports Xian to a specific location. She inquires as to his well-being, but he has lost his memory. He couldn't recall anything, including his wife Sujin. Sujin inquires of the Master, "What did you do with my husband Xian?" "Because he has forgotten about me." However, his recollection returns quickly and he returns to normalcy. However, because Sujin was a monster, Master uses his powers to construct an ancient house. He keeps her in it indefinitely. It was impossible for her to leave the house. Xian spends his entire life waiting for his wife outside the house. Master's companion had also turned into a monster, albeit a good one. He spent the rest of his life with the monsters. The film ends here. subscribe for more videos, enable notifications, and like to support the channel. Thanks for watching.